Everyone in person. Hi, everyone online. So we're in a different room and it's kind of bright. So I would just say we usually start like automatically on our backs. If it's too bright, you can come up and sit or you can close your eyes. But the brightness is kind of nice because it's so gray outside, or it's kind of gray. So it feels a little like a sunny day in here. So with that, we'll start on our backs or start sitting. Thanks everyone for taking time out of your really busy day, out of your week to show up in person and online to be part of this community. We'll take the first few minutes here to relax. So giving your bodies time to settle. You might find it helpful to feel and connect to the ground. The ground's really strong and stable. So allowing your physical body to make contact with the ground. Gentle reminder that this is your practice. So you have total agency over the next 45 minutes of practice. If something doesn't feel comfortable, you can always adapt and adjust and move so that it does feel comfortable and you feel supported and you feel safe. Okay. So I will lead you, but you're going to do what you need to do. Okay. Making sure that you feel comfortable. And then I'm going to be quiet for just maybe 5 breaths so you can listen to the sound of quiet, the sound of silence. So this practice allows us a deeper connection of our minds with our bodies and with our breathing. We will all feel something similar yet really different. So in my experience, you cannot do it wrong. So as long as you're breathing, you're doing it, okay? So it's not so much, am I doing this right or good? It's like, am I doing this? Am I feeling comfortable? Am I feeling supported? So as we come back full circle to your body, can you just take a moment and feel 2 or 3 breaths? You don't need to change your breath. Just let your body breathe for you. You might also take a few moments as you're feeling your breath to check in, to see how you're feeling today. Maybe part of you is feeling a little tight or tense. Maybe part of you has a little ache. If something's tight or tense or achy, you can give it some gentle, kind awareness. Maybe other parts of you are feeling really strong. You can pay attention and feel those parts. And just acknowledging with a little more kindness and compassion what you're noticing. And just remind yourself, right? We're all probably feeling our breath. That's something that we all have in common that's similar. But we're all feeling the breath maybe in a different place. Maybe our minds are wandering to different places. So there's similar parts and different parts. And we'll take about 3, 4, 5 more breaths. And then again, noticing whatever it is you're noticing. And gently guide your attention back to your breathing. And then we're all going to roll onto our backs. We won't be here super long, but if you're sitting, we're going to come onto your back. And if you're already on your back, we're just going to bend your knees and bring your hands behind your head. So you could either interlace your hands or stack your hands and bring them behind your head. And let your elbows gently float up to the ceiling. And then just bring some attention to your low back. So in your front body, that's your belly button to your pubic bone, and then your lower lumbar spine. So with strength and stability, we're going to try and keep your low belly to your low back pretty stable, not rounding in your low back. We're just going to try and have more mobility in the middle to upper back. So we're going to take an exhale, feel the ribs drop down and in. And this might be the first time you're doing this, so you might stay here a little bit longer. So when we inhale, feel how the ribs drop down and kind of squeeze in and give you a hug. And when that's when you exhale, sorry. And when you inhale, your ribs get a little wider. So exhale, your ribs drop down and in and give you a little hug. And when you inhale, they get spacious, okay? So we want to feel that in relationship to movement. So now you're going to exhale, feel the ribs drop down and in and give you a hug, and you're going to lift your head and your neck and lift up and do a little sit-up. You're going to come up as high as is comfortable for you and look into your belly. And then you're going to inhale, lower all the way back down. Sweet. Try maybe 4 more, so about a total of 5. Exhale, wait for that squeeze from the ribs, and then lift the head, maybe lift the shoulders, and then roll back down. Great. Trying to roll up, feeling that mobility in your mid-back. And that strength through the whole exercise. So there's strength as you roll up and strength and length as you roll down. Great. Next time you roll up just high enough you can hold it for a little bit. Okay, so with a little more awareness, a little more challenge, feel your tailbone. See if you can come down and feel your tailbone and roll your tailbone out. Pretend you were like a monkey or a dog, or you had a tail and you want your tailbone to roll out. And now see if you can soften your shoulders and your chest and take 3 breaths. There you go. Shoulders down out of your ears. And then roll all the way down when you're ready. Arms can come back down by your side. You can close your eyes and we'll take 3, 4, 5 breaths. Come back to breathing, noticing your experience. And again, gentle reminder, we're all going to feel something different. Might feel something similar, might feel something very, very different. Breathing here. Full commitment exhale. Can you ride the wave of the full breath? And then we'll roll all the way over and come on up to sitting. So we're going to be sitting for maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes. So find a comfortable way to sit. So if you wanted to sit back on your heels, you could sit crisscross applesauce. If sitting on the floor and you're in class is really like not your jam, you can always come up and kneel too. If you're at home or in your office, you can grab a chair. Okay. So we're going to work a little bit back with your shoulder blades. So back here, you can't see your shoulder blades. You just have to feel them out. So we're just going to start by doing some circles with your shoulders. So you can take your shoulders way up, shoulder blades will lift, and then see if you can feel your shoulder blades go down and around with the shoulders. And then you can go the opposite direction. Great. And then we're going to bring your arms out like double arm shakes. Nice to meet you. All right, so you have your shoulder blades back there. So see if when you open your arms, you can feel your shoulder blades retract, like squeeze together. So if you wanted to go really wide with the arms and really squeeze the shoulder blades, you could do that. Kind of overdo it to be like, okay, I have shoulder blades. And then as your arms come closer together, your shoulder blades get really, really wide. That's protraction. You can do that a couple times. Great. Next time your arms come out into your double arm shake, we're going to pause. And then we're going to take your left hand, as long as you feel comfortable, underneath your armpit and see if you can feel the tip of your shoulder blade. So as you take your right arm up, see if you can feel the shoulder blade go up. And then as the arm comes back about as high as the shoulder, can you feel the shoulder blade come back down? Just two more. So shoulder blades sliding on your back. And then after this one, you'll switch right over to the left. So your right arm hand can come on the back of the left tip of that shoulder blade. And then just lifting and lowering that left arm, can you feel the shoulder blade go up and down? Might feel a little bit of stretch through the back when you do this, through the front of the armpit. Great. And then we're going to bring both arms back to your double arm shake. So using your core, okay, you can stay sitting, feeling that exhale. So when that exhale draws the ribs down and gives you that hug, we want to feel this support through here. So the challenge is now to lift the arms, to lift the shoulder blades up without moving or pushing your chest forward like this. So we're trying not to push that rib cage way forward and compress. So when the ribs drop down and give you that little hug, it creates more width and length through this section. We want to just try and keep that width and length, okay? So you have to use these upper abdominals in a little different way to support more of the shoulder movement, less of the spine rib cage movement, okay? I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Two more. So using your strength to stabilize your spine and your ribs, lifting your shoulder blades, lifting your arms. All right, next time your arms come up overhead, we're gonna pause. Slide your shoulder blades up like there's something on the ceiling you really want, and then drop the shoulder blades down. Lift the shoulder blades up. Great, lower them down one more time. Woo! Shoulders are burning. Anyone else? Yep. That was a quick yep. Sweet. Let's go to tabletop. So we're going to build your tabletop. We're going to take what we just did into a downward facing dog. So let's come to your tabletop. Build nice, strong foundation. So look down at your hands. You want strong fingers, strong hands. Now, imagine your friends are coming over, you ran out of furniture, and they have to use your back. So nice and strong through the back. Ears the same height as your shoulders, your ribs, your hips. If you want more challenge, curl your toes and float your knees off the floor and do a floating table. That will get you into the back muscles right away. Sweet. From here, either floating table, and take 3 breaths. And then we're all gonna lift the knees and push the hips back and build that downward facing dog. You can step your feet a little bit wider. I would encourage everyone to bend their knees and pull those hip creases way back and give that low back. So low belly to low back. Remember that area of the sit up We're trying to get more length in that low belly, low back. 2 breaths. Feeling your breath. Remember, we're all feeling something a little different. And then with your exhale, we're going to step your hands and feet together. Take your time. It's okay if you're really stiff. If you have a lot of tension and stiffness, it's okay. Go slow. And come all the way on up to standing. You just find a nice, easy standing shape and give your body 3 breaths. And then feeling your arms, right? Back to your shoulder blades. So you don't get to see them, you have to try and feel them. So as you sweep your arms out, can you feel your shoulder blades go out and up and stretch the arms up? And then the shoulder blades come down and in when your arms come down. So palms face back, pinky fingers lead, and then we rotate the arms, slide the shoulder blades out and up. Arms come down, shoulder blades down and in. One more like that. This time when your arms come all the way down, we're just going to put your arms, fingers on your hip bones, bend your knees a little bit, and then we're going to tip at the hip and come all the way on up. Now you're going to decide how far you want to go over. We're all going to pay really close attention to your heels all the way through the back of the leg into your sit bone and your low back. So hinging at your hips. If you want to take your shoulders over further towards your knees, shins, great, but you don't have to. Everyone has different feelings in their back hamstrings and the low back. You're listening and responding to what your body's telling you. Go slow, we'll do one more. Then we come up, let your arms hang and give yourself 2 or 3 breaths. And then bring some awareness down into your feet. A couple classes ago, we worked on finding those tripods of your feet. So big toes, little toes, heels. So, you know, that awareness down through big toes, little toes, heels. And then we're going to put all of this together. We're going to exhale, sweep those arms out and up. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. And then you're going to tip and fold all the way over. You're going to come all the way back on up. And then let your arms come down to your side. So we're going to do 2 more of those, and you're going to follow your own breath. So we won't all go together, okay? It's an exhale out and up. It's an inhale to fold over. An exhale to come back up. And an inhale to your arms to your side. So we'll do, I said 2 more, but let's just do a few more. Follow your own breath. You know, stay with the group. Remember, we're trying to link breath, body, and mind. One more, and then next time you get to that standing mountain, we'll hang out in that standing mountain and we'll all catch up and add on. So as you come back to your standing mountain, come back to noticing what you notice. Encouraging some curiosity and kindness. So again, trying to remind ourselves that this isn't about good or bad or right or wrong. Just trying to feel your body breathe. One more breath. And then let's add downward facing dog onto that sequence. So you exhale, sweep your arms all the way out and up. You inhale, bend your knees, fold forward. You might have to bend a lot. We got to step back, plant your hands, step back, and build the downward facing dog. Take as much time as you need. When you get to your down dog, take 2 breaths. When you feel your next exhale, step your feet and hands together. With your exhale, come all the way on up. Inhale, arms to your side. Take a free breath, full inhale, full exhale. Here you go. With your exhale, one more. Sweep your arms out and up. Bend your knees as much as you need. Feel your breath help you fold over. Stepping back, build your down dog. Take as much time as you need to build a strong foundation for your downward facing dog. You might bend your knees and pull your hips back. Good. Full exhale, steps your feet back up to your hands. Good. Wait for your exhale, and then we come all the way on up. Take a nice big full stretch and bring your hands down to your side. We'll take about 3 breaths here, noticing what you notice. Great. With your next exhale, let's step your feet wide. So you can face whichever direction you want to face. If you want to stay facing me, you can flip your mats around. We'll say right and left. So if you get right and left wrong, don't worry about it, because I might actually too. I almost said it was Monday, see? So I don't even know what day it is. So with that, I'm going to pat my left leg. We're going to roll the left leg in. And we're going to roll the right leg out and go about heel to heel. So bring your hands onto your pelvic bowl and just encourage your pelvic bowl to lift up a little bit and let your legs feel a little heavier, a little more connected to the floor. Great. 3 breaths. With your exhale, you bend your right knee. And with your inhale, you straighten. It will be a little more challenging to get your knee to go a little more over your middle toe. Next time your right knee is bent, pause. Great. Your hands can stay on your pelvis, or you could bring your fingertips together at your chest. And then it's just 2 breaths, noticing what you notice. With your next exhale, straightening your right leg, rotating both legs back to the front. Hands come down into your hips. Heavy, heavy legs, long spine, wide leg forward fold. You're going to pick. You might just come over to a table. That might be far enough. You might just come all the way up and over into a long forward fold. That might just be enough. 2 breaths. Feel your feet. Come back to the awareness of your big toe, your little toe, your heel, and then come all the way back up to standing. Notice what you notice for a breath. Right leg rolls in, left leg rolls out. Hands on your pelvis. Heavy legs, lift that pelvis up. Exhale, left knee bends. A little more challenging, straight out over the middle toe. Inhale, straighten. See if you can follow your breath. 2 more. Great. Next time your left knee bends, pause. Hands could stay on your hips, or you can bring your fingertips up to your chest. 2 or 3 breaths. Notice what you notice. Great. Exhale, straightening the left leg, rotating both legs forward, hands to your hips. Lift your hips. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Go all the way up and over. Take a full inhale. Exhale, press through your legs, feet come all the way back up. Great, left leg rolls in, right leg rolls out. Bending your right knee. 2 breaths. Okay, with your next exhale, bringing your arms out in front of you like double arm shakes. Remember this shape? All right, can you come all the way back to feeling your shoulder blades? You're gonna retract the shoulder blades, pull those shoulder blades together to open the arms. So warrior 2, your right arm floats over your right leg and your left arm reaches back towards the wall behind you. Give your shoulders an opportunity to just let go and soften out of your neck, out of your ears. 2 breaths. With your exhale, keep your legs right where they are. Bring your arms back to double arm shakes, handshakes. And then take your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Slide the shoulder blades way up and then tip at your hip and tip to your side angle. Right elbow to right knee. Great. A little more challenging. That top left shoulder draws back. So your top shoulder stacks a little more over your bottom right shoulder. 3 breaths. Mind to breath to body. Feel your exhale. Come all the way on up. Just take your arms out wide, rotate. Wide leg forward fold, go forward. Hands can come down on your legs, the floor. Feel out your forward fold, 2 breaths. With your exhale, come back to your feet. Anchor, big toe, pinky toe, heel. And then exhale, come all the way back on up to standing, hands at your hips. Right leg rolls in, left leg rolls out. Feeling your legs connect to your pelvis, lift your pelvis, bend your left knee. Good. Taking 2 or 3 breaths here. Double arm handshakes, bringing the arms out. Feel the shoulder blades retract, pulling those shoulder blades together to open the arms. Feel and build that warrior 2. Soften the shoulders down out of your ears, soft eyes. Back to double arm shakes, arms reach up to the ceiling, slide the shoulder blades up. Side angle, give yourself that tip at the hip, left elbow or hand to your left thigh bone, right arm reaches up. Maybe you're taking the right shoulder back a little bit, 3 breaths. Feel your breath. Feel your exhale and then come all the way up. Let the exhale guide you all the way back up. Wide legs, wide arms, fold forward. Come to your spot. Doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. Feel it out in your body. Press into the balls of the feet and the heels and then slowly come all the way back up. Great. Left leg rolls in. Right leg rolls out. Bend your right knee. Soften your chest, soften your shoulders. Both arms come out, double handshakes, warrior 2. 2 breaths. Good. From here, exhale, just sweep your arms up. Can you feel your shoulder blades slide out to come up? Tip over. This time, maybe you're taking your right elbow to your right knee. Or maybe you're taking your right arm in front of your shin calf. You're going to push this bottom right arm into the leg, and the leg's going to push into the arm to get a little more into that right hip. 2 breaths. Feel your exhale. Warrior 2. Arms sweep up, right leg straightens. Rotate back, wide leg forward fold. Got it. Notice what you notice as you fold forward. 2 breaths. Grounding back into the feet brings you back into your body. Come all the way back up. Ooh, when you get up, 2 breaths. Using your breath as an anchor to stay in your body. Right leg rolls in, left leg rolls out. Warrior 2. Legs. Soften the chest. Arms come out. Stretch open into Warrior 2. Take a couple breaths. For some of us, the practice is going to be more upper body, shoulders relaxing out of the ears. For some of us, it might be more about breath or following the strength of your core, your hips. We're all different. Feel your feet. Great, then stretch the arms up. You got it, shoulder blades slide up and we tip into that side angle. Elbow on the knee, or maybe you're taking that left arm in front of the shin calf. Everybody finds their shape. Feel your breath. Notice what you're noticing. Good. Use your breath to come back to your body and come all the way back up. Warrior 2. Straighten that left leg. Arms come up. Rotate wide leg forward fold. Three breaths. Bend your knees as much as you need. Check in. We're not trying to encourage any discomfort anywhere. So check in and adjust as you need. Feeling your exhale to bring you back to your practice. Press into your feet. Come all the way back on up. Nice and slow. Stretch your arms out and up. Keeping your arms up. Little side bends. So just from the rib cage, try and really lift up to come over. Okay, so as you're going over to the right, that left side really grounds and lifts to come up and over. Great. One more to the right, one more to the left. Nice. And then when you get back up towards the ceiling, arms come down. Use your outer and inner hips to help you step your feet together. Refine your standing meditation shape. See here if you can use your breath to help you stay present in your experience for 3 breaths. Turning to face the front of your mat. Wait for your exhale. When your exhale happens, arms sweep out to come up. Long, strong body, bend your knees, fold forward. With your next exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees as much as you need to stretch out your low back. Exhale, come down to either tabletop, floating table, or straight arm plank. We'll be here about 30 seconds. So if you want to do a straight arm plank for little strength challenge, fabulous. You could do floating table for a strength challenge. You can come down and do a forearm plank. You could take child's pose. Yeah, I always say 30 seconds and then I forget to look at the clock. It's an evil thing. So I'm going to think we have about 10 seconds left, right? Oh, and then lower all the way down onto your belly. So we're going to come all the way down on your belly. You can have your hands down by your lower ribs, or you could stack your hands underneath your forehead, your choice. All of us are going to try and just relax the chest muscles. So that would feel like your chest is getting a little closer to the floor, like the tip of your front armpit is getting closer to the floor. Your collarbones would feel a little heavier, more grounded. I can't really get my head all the way down because of the mic, but your nose is just barely floating off of the floor. And then without adding tension to the chest, that's really the challenge. We're going to pull your legs back. So actively pull your legs, your toes back out of your ears. So if I could walk around, I would pull your pinky toes. I would pull your legs. And you try to keep your spine really long and your head would go the opposite direction. So you're trying to find more space between your vertebrae. And then nice and strong. So navel to spine feeling. If your hands are by your ribs, fabulous. If your forehead is on your forearms, that's fabulous. Either place, we're going to inhale, lift the chest and find a little baby cobra. And then we're going to exhale, lower down. Just 2 more. Shoulders down out of your ears. And then we're going to pause. So in baby cobra, it's a little bit different than what we were doing earlier. Your shoulder blades stay on your back. You're not pulling your shoulder blades together or winding. You're really trying to keep your shoulder blades stuck and you're trying to move your spine. So as you lift your chest, see if you can feel a little more of like the spine around the rib cage back there, getting some extension as you lift. And then as you lower, feeling it go back to more of its neutral. We'll do 2 more. So shoulder blades stay stuck, spine moves. After 2, rest, give yourself 2 or 3 breaths. So we'll take a new challenge. You can keep your arms right where they are, or you can reach your arms back towards your legs with your palms up. And then we lift the chest, the arms, and the legs. And then we lower down. Try and feel long and do maybe 4 more. So really long as you lift and lower. Try not to hold your breath. And then last one, if you want to hold it up for a couple breaths, feel free to do that. And then we'll all let it go and come down and rest on your belly for a few breaths. And just let your body rest back into the floor. Nice wide back ribs, breathing here. Great. Taking a moment to feel your inhale and your exhale. And then with your next exhale, we're going to push ourselves up to tabletop. And then moving here through cat-cow. So we round the back like a cat on Halloween. And then we find some articulation and extension. And I guess this looks like a cow. All right. Sound effects are optional. If you need to meow and moo, go for it. We've never done that here before, but why not? No one's doing it. Why not? Moo, meow. It might feel good to feel like you're 5 again. This adulting can be hard. So pick one of those places, maybe cow. Maybe cat feels really good, and just settle and take a few moments in that shape. Try and come back to feeling your breath. And then with an exhale, we're going to settle back and find a comfortable seated shape. So again, we won't be here super long. We're just going to do a twist. So you can come to crisscross applesauce if that works. You could sit in a chair if you're at home. You can come to, your knees and sit back. All right, so find your belly button to your pubic bone. Find your low back. We want stability here. So yoga core, using this lower core to hold this nice and stable. You're going to take your rib cage and your shoulders around to the right. And then you're going to take your rib cage and your shoulders around to the left. So just understanding here, as we twist maybe 2 or 3 more times, you're trying to keep your low back really stable, like we did all the way at the very beginning of the sit-up. Remember when we did the sit-up, we were trying to keep the low back strong and stable and move more of that thoracic area. You're doing something similar, but really different. You're moving your thoracic rib cage area, stabilizing your low back. Great. And then this time when you come back to center, just let your arms hang. And give yourself 2 or 3 breaths. Regrounding, so you refeel the floor. Knowing the floor connects to the earth. We always take the last few minutes of class for self-care. So if you'd like to use these last few minutes here for meditation, you could stay sitting, connecting to your breath, using breath as an anchor for meditation. If you'd like to come onto your back and take Shavasana, resting on your back for a couple minutes, feel free to do that. If there's some stretching you would really like to do, what's your body craving here? What's your body need? Right? I guess craving and needs are different. You pick which one you want to do. And then just settle. And we always take this time to be really quiet. So if you wanted to do some hamstring stretches, that figure 4 hip stretch, that would be fine. We'll take the next 2.5 minutes in silence. Maybe you're moving a little bit. Maybe your body is really still. Giving yourself a moment to come back with kindness and curiosity to notice what you're noticing. And then coming back to your body, breathing. Let's just take a moment to try and soften through the face and the neck and the chest. Just letting the chest relax, the heart space relax. 2 breaths. And then using your exhale to come back to your body and space. If you're on your back, let's take a full body stretch. Let's just reach your legs straight out, your arms overhead. If you're sitting, you could reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And then if you're on your back from your full body stretch, draw your knees into your chest, hug your knees in, and you'll just start to roll all the way over and come on up to sitting. Ah. And then when you get up, let's just interlace our hands and reach up. If you're sitting, you've already done this. We'll do it one more time. Lift up through the back of the ribs. And then you give everyone a high five. Woohoo! Thanks, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Have a fabulous week. See you on Friday. Namaste.